Fala pessoal, sejam bem-vindos ao Toca do Eremita, eu sou o Fábio e hoje a gente vai continuar a nossa série de Vampyr. Então não se esqueça de deixar aquele seu apoio para o canal continuar crescendo, se inscrevendo no canal caso você não seja inscrito e assistindo esse vídeo até o fim e deixando seu like. E aproveita também para enviar um comentário e seguir a gente nas nossas redes sociais. Agora chega de papo e vamos pro vídeo. Bom pessoal, estamos aqui novamente no Vampyr e após a gente concluir aquela missão do rato no hospital, que a gente teve que ir nos esgotos, atrás daquele carinha lá, foi liberado pra gente um novo distrito, o Whitechapel. Aparentemente, uma das enfermeiras mantém uma clínica clandestina aqui e essa enfermeira é a responsável pela chantagem pelaquela vampira lá, a Lady... Lady Ashbury. E agora a gente tem que ir lá atrás dessa enfermagem, esse tipo de clínica aí e confrontar essa enfermeira para ela parar com as chantagens, ok? Então vamos lá, já estamos aqui na boca do gol. Deixa eu voltar aqui na ponte pra gente ir atrás. Deixa eu voltar minha câmera. Beleza. Vamos lá, vamos ver o que acontece aqui nesse distrito. Enter at your own risk. Enter por sua conta e risco. Ah, legal. Por que ele não tá marcando? Agora foi. Ah, tem um maluco atrás tirando. Sem estamina, sem estamina. Ah, como assim, cara? Beleza. Um já foi.
Vou te dar uma facadona.
Você tá jogando granada agora, cara. Ai, cara, para de atirar em mim. De sangue, tá?
Taca a mãe pra ver se quica.
Ufa! Esses carinha aqui, pior que os bichos, cara.
Tá pensando o quê, filho? Rapadura é doce, mas não é mole, não.
Ah!
Shit, that leech is fast!
Vai ter mais um, cara. Nossa, cara, agora eu me ferrei. Nossa, grandão bobo.
When did you join?
A menos pra esse infeliz aqui. Ai! Ai! Ufa, eu preciso pegar o sangue dele, cara. Então eu não posso matar ele de cara, senão eu não consigo pegar o sangue. E aí, se eu não pego o sangue, fica difícil enfrentar um vilão mais forte. E olha lá, outro cara brigando no outro. Ih, caralho. Ah, ele não corre, cara. Ele fica que nem um baguá andando.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Nossa.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of a street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills.
Ah, é o filho do cara. O cara atirou no próprio filho, cara. É.
Esta família é muito unida.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir.
Oh, Sherlock Holmes!
Nossa, que diagnóstico, hein?
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is.
Ah,
Maybe
vai
I
se
could
ferrar.
start by observing what he's up to.
Quero observar ninguém não, cara. Chuta a porta aí. Oh.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just the friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Poeta andarilho.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
E pronto, agora eu tenho que ir pra uma igreja.
Glória a Deus.
Vamos falar com o padre, né? Já que ele tá aqui. Opa, tem um cara ali, vamos falar com aquele cara lá.
Soon the time will come when you will all be...
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town?
Ah,
Name's Clayton
Shells.
Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nithercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nithercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Sabia. Bom, a igreja é pra ser um lugar sagrado, né? Mas provavelmente deve estar cheio de bicho aqui. Não tinha ter o portãozinho fechado aqui, né? Ah lá, falei? Nível 10. É só um?
Não!
Tá com 4. Ah. Ai, ai. Crianças malvadas. Tem algumas falhas grotescas nesse jogo, né? Por exemplo... É só você, cara. Você não gosta de bater os outros pelas costas? Vamos conversar então agora, cara. Uma mordidinha pra você também, pra você não passar impune. Ai, caramba.
Sai! 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 Sai que é sua!
Errou. Ótimo. Eu tinha que estar no cemitério, cara.
A vontade de rir é grande, mas a de chorar é maior.
O que maluco tá fazendo aqui, cara?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Maconha faz mal, sabia?
Really?
Meu Deus.
Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nithercott, at your service.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Entendi, o cara é comunista. Beleza.
I'll leave you alone, sir. Darius is a bit less of a mystery.
Vamos lá. O que esse cara aqui tem? Cadê o Darius? Ah, tem esse cara e tem essa camélia. E esse cara tem bronquite. Esse tem resfriado. Ah, já posso curar esse cara.
Vic Vaporub descongestiona o nariz.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Whitechapel. O que vai rolar aqui, cara? Vamos trancar os portões, né? Primeira coisa. Ninguém merece ficar tendo que entrar pra casa do velho toda hora. Laboratório de Dorothy.
What do we have
here?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
Meu Deus, não!
What can I do, Doctor?
Temos algum tipo de anestesia?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids
Não,
from
cara,
the
chega de
lung.
furar o cara.
Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Não me questione. O que você sugere?
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Porra, pelo amor!
Since we need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
Ixi, meu Deus. Pronto.
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor.
Eu que tenho que decidir o que eu vou fazer com o cara. Morreu. Viveu. Morreu. Viveu. Morreu.
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
Your heart might be in the right place, but you can't carry on with this blackmail. For God's sake, Dorothy, it's extortion. It's a serious crime.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty, nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Vai pra cadeia, otário!
No. Your place is here. Jailing you would be an even greater crime. So, here is my proposition. I'll look the other way on your little enterprise. In exchange, you will resign from the Pembroke Hospital and provide me with medical supplies when the need arises.
Dr. Reed! That sounds like a business proposition. My accomplice, then?
No, just a privileged client. My research may require the occasional rare piece of equipment or ingredient. I'll pay good coin in exchange, fair and honest, to help finance your noble endeavors.
We have ourselves a deal, Doctor. Good customers are always welcome.
Yes, Nurse Crane. We have a deal.
Esse coitado morreu. Mas eu acho que ele ia virar o... O que tá acontecendo?
This one stinks already.
O que tá fazendo aqui, cara?
Hoje a chinela vai cantar.
Invadiram o negócio da mulher, cara.
Ó, que mistério. Como será que eles invadiram? Será que alguém destrancou os portões?
Vamos trancar os portões, né? Como foi? Negocinho aí. Taca, tira de novo, seu feliz.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Ai, meu Deus do céu. Tô voltando, acabando a missão já. Que isso aqui? Meu Deus! O que é isso?
Bora!
Caramba, tô sendo cercado. Corre, maluco. Corre, corre que o bicho tá pegando. Um a menos. Polícia. Você. Ah. Ah. Peraí. Ah, cara, enquanto eu não matar os grandão, esses caras vão ficar aparecendo.
Agora eu entendi!
Nossa Senhora!
Corre, Forrest, corre!
Ai, filho da puta! Mais um pouquinho. Pronto. Só dois idiotas aqui. Meu Deus, cara.
Tá pegando fogo, bicho!
Só vai me dar sangue primeiro. Vai me dar mais sangue. gosto desse pauzinho aí, não. Tenho medo disso aí. Ai, meu Deus. Ih, essa era a transfusão de sangue que tava acontecendo. Ih, já limpou a boca.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
Tá bom.
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
I must confess I have not put an end to the blackmail, my lady. Unfortunately, I could not bring myself to do it.
I'm so disappointed in you, Jonathan. I didn't expect this from you.
Lady Ashbury, you yourself admitted how ridiculous the sum of money was. I can assure you it was all used for charitable ends.
Well, you were full of surprises, aren't you, Jonathan? All right, say I trust you, but you will still pay the ransom. That is only fair. After all, it was you who failed to bring this problem to a satisfactory conclusion.
I believe I could agree to that. I bid you farewell, for now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient. Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Skulls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Coronavirus!
E é isso, pessoal. Concluímos mais uma missão em Vampyr. Espero que vocês tenham gostado do vídeo. Então não deixe de deixar seu like, de se inscrever no canal, caso você não seja inscrito, de seguir a gente nas nossas redes sociais para deixar aquele seu apoio e o canal continuar crescendo, beleza? Grande abraço e até a próxima!